In a world that constantly demands our attention and challenges our resilience, the strength of our minds has never been more critical. Our mental fortitude shapes how we navigate life's complexities, face adversity, and pursue our dreams. While physical strength is often celebrated and emphasized, mental strength remains an equally vital but often overlooked aspect of our well-being. It is not just about enduring hardships, it's about cultivating a mindset that empowers us to adapt, grow, and thrive. Making your mind stronger involves developing resilience, emotional intelligence, and a proactive approach to challenges. It requires us to confront our fears, embrace discomfort, and push beyond our perceived limitations. This process is not instantaneous. It is a journey that demands commitment, self-reflection, and practice. Just as we would train our bodies for physical performance, we must also train our minds to enhance our cognitive capabilities and emotional resilience. In this exploration of mental strength, we will delve into practical strategies and insights that can help you build a more robust mindset. From cultivating patience and embracing vulnerability to practicing gratitude and focusing on what you can control, each aspect contributes to a resilient mental framework. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you will not only enhance your ability to cope with challenges, but also unlock your full potential, enabling you to live a more purposeful and fulfilling life. Join me as we embark on this journey to make our minds stronger, discovering the tools and techniques that will empower us to face life with confidence and clarity. Together, we will cultivate a mindset that not only withstands the storms of life, but also thrives in the face of adversity, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Your journey toward a stronger mind starts here, and the possibilities are limitless. One of the first steps toward making your mind stronger is developing self-awareness. This involves examining our thoughts, beliefs, and habits to identify what holds us back and what propels us forward. By understanding our inner dialogues, we can challenge negative self-talk and replace it with empowering affirmations. This transformation not only reshapes our mindset, but also impacts how we engage with the world around us. Moreover, embracing a growth mindset is crucial for building mental strength. A growth mindset encourages us to view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as threats to our self-worth. This perspective shift enables us to approach obstacles with curiosity and resilience, fostering a sense of empowerment even in the face of adversity. When we believe in our capacity to grow and adapt, we become more willing to take risks, face fears, and ultimately pursue our passions. Equally important is the practice of mindfulness, which teaches us to stay present and centered amid life's chaos. Mindfulness helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This heightened awareness fosters emotional regulation, enabling us to navigate stress and anxiety with greater ease. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routines, we create a mental space that encourages clarity and focus. As we explore various strategies to strengthen our minds, it's vital to remember that the journey is unique for each individual. What works for one person may not resonate with another, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to remain open to experimentation and to find what aligns with your values and lifestyle. Building mental strength is not a destination, but an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. Throughout this journey, we will also discuss the importance of community and connection. Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who uplift and challenge us can significantly enhance our mental resilience. We thrive in environments that foster collaboration, empathy, and understanding, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. Making your mind stronger is an empowering journey that requires commitment, self-compassion, and a willingness to embrace both challenges and triumphs. As we delve deeper into this exploration, let us embrace the idea that our minds are powerful tools capable of shaping our realities. By equipping ourselves with the right strategies, we can cultivate resilience, foster growth, and ultimately lead lives filled with purpose and fulfillment. Your path to a stronger mind starts now, and together, we will unlock the potential that lies within each of us. Set clear boundaries. Setting boundaries is fundamental to strengthening your mind because it safeguards your mental and emotional energy. It involves clearly defining what you will and will not tolerate, helping you preserve inner peace and focus on what truly matters. When you set boundaries, you're not shutting people out, rather, you're creating a healthy space where you can thrive and maintain positive, sustainable relationships. Boundaries are about recognizing and honoring your limits. They act as the invisible lines that separate your values, needs, and priorities from the demands and expectations of others. Setting boundaries helps you manage your time, energy, and mental health. Without them, it's easy to feel drained, resentful, and overwhelmed because you're giving too much of yourself without adequate rest or replenishment. To strengthen your mind through boundaries, start by identifying what matters most to you. Reflect on your values, goals, and the kind of life you want to lead. When you're clear about these, it becomes easier to determine what boundaries you need. For example, if you value personal growth, you may decide to set aside time daily for self-reflection or study, and you'll communicate this time as non-negotiable to those around you. Saying no is a powerful way to maintain boundaries, though it's often difficult for many people. Remember, saying no is not about rejection, it's about self-respect. It communicates that your time and energy are valuable and that you're committed to using them purposefully. Saying no allows you to prioritize what aligns with your goals and avoid overextending yourself on things that don't serve your growth. Enforcing boundaries requires consistency and courage. People may not always react well when you first establish limits, especially if they're used to having unrestricted access to your time or energy. However, with patience and consistency, others will come to respect your boundaries, and you'll feel a stronger sense of empowerment and control over your life. Boundaries are not just lines you draw, they are expressions of self-worth and mental resilience. They allow you to show up fully in areas where you choose to invest your energy, making your commitments more genuine and impactful. Strengthening your mind starts with recognizing your worth, respecting your limits, and having the courage to enforce boundaries that align with your best self. Embrace vulnerability as strength. Embracing vulnerability is one of the most powerful ways to build mental strength. Often misunderstood as weakness, vulnerability is actually the foundation for true resilience and courage. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open up to a range of emotions, experiences, and perspectives that ultimately strengthen our minds and broaden our emotional capacity. Vulnerability means stepping into the unknown, facing the potential for rejection, failure, or disappointment, and doing so with an open heart. One of the reasons vulnerability is so powerful is that it requires us to be authentic. It strips away pretenses, forcing us to confront who we are and how we truly feel. This authenticity gives us strength because it builds self-trust and self-respect. When we accept ourselves fully, including our fears, insecurities, and imperfections, we cultivate a solid foundation from which we can grow. Vulnerability is what allows us to acknowledge our struggles without letting them define us, showing that we are strong enough to face them without hiding. Embracing vulnerability also fosters deeper connections with others. When we are open and honest about our challenges, we invite others to be genuine in return. This mutual openness creates bonds of trust and understanding, making us feel supported and understood. Connection is a vital part of mental resilience because it provides a network of encouragement and empathy. When we let others see our authentic selves, we build relationships that strengthen our mental well-being, helping us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. Stepping into vulnerability involves courage and practice. Begin by acknowledging where you feel vulnerable in your life and recognizing that those areas are part of your journey. Whether it's fear of failure in your career, anxiety in relationships, or self-doubt in personal goals, these feelings are natural and signify growth. Rather than hiding these fears, lean into them. Each time you do, you reinforce your resilience, proving to yourself that you're capable of handling challenges with honesty and grace. In embracing vulnerability, we transform fear into strength. It is not about being fearless, but about facing life with an open heart and mind. When we see vulnerability as a strength, we can accept that discomfort and uncertainty are essential parts of a meaningful life. We become not only mentally stronger, but also more compassionate, adaptable, and willing to embrace life fully. Vulnerability is the gateway to courage, resilience, and a deeply fulfilling life. Shift from self-criticism to self-compassion. Transforming self-criticism into self-compassion is one of the most empowering ways to strengthen the mind. Many of us have an internal voice that criticizes, doubts, or belittles our actions and choices. This voice often stems from a desire for improvement, but when it becomes overly harsh, it can leave us feeling unworthy or discouraged. Self-criticism, while sometimes well-intended, drains mental strength by focusing excessively on flaws, mistakes, or imperfections. Shifting towards self-compassion, however, nurtures resilience, self-acceptance, and emotional well-being. Self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we'd offer a friend facing similar challenges. Rather than beating ourselves up for every shortfall, we learn to view mistakes as part of being human. Self-compassion allows us to forgive ourselves and recognize that perfection is not a requirement for worthiness. This shift is crucial because it replaces the exhausting cycle of judgment with a more balanced and supportive inner dialogue. When we are compassionate toward ourselves, we create space to learn from our experiences without becoming immobilized by self-doubt. To start this shift, practice noticing your inner dialogue and catching moments of self-criticism. When you find yourself being harsh, pause and ask, would I say this to a friend? This simple step can illuminate the disparity between how we treat ourselves versus how we treat others. Self-compassion does not mean ignoring accountability or excusing mistakes, but rather understanding that errors are natural and that they do not define our worth. Self-compassion also fosters a growth mindset, as it allows us to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. When we forgive ourselves for falling short, we're more likely to see setbacks as learning opportunities instead of evidence of inadequacy. This perspective reduces stress and allows us to pursue goals without the heavy burden of perfectionism. We become more willing to take risks, try new things, and embrace change because we know that if we stumble, we will support ourselves rather than criticize. Strengthening self-compassion may take time, especially if we're accustomed to self-criticism. One helpful exercise is to practice daily affirmations or remind yourself of past successes, building a habit of encouragement. In the long term, this shift nurtures a strong, resilient mind as it provides an inner sanctuary where we feel safe, valued, and understood. By embracing self-compassion, we release the weight of harsh judgment and build a foundation of kindness and self-respect, empowering us to grow and thrive authentically. Develop a growth mindset. Developing a growth mindset is essential to cultivating mental strength and resilience. A growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. It's about recognizing that we're not fixed in our skills or capabilities, rather, we can grow, improve, and adapt. This mindset is powerful because it transforms challenges, setbacks, and even failures into valuable learning experiences instead of roadblocks. At its core, a growth mindset replaces the fear of failure with a desire to learn. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable, individuals with a growth mindset see them as opportunities for growth. This perspective fosters resilience because it reduces the fear associated with trying new things or stepping out of comfort zones. By understanding that growth and improvement are possible, we give ourselves permission to take risks, make mistakes, and continuously evolve without feeling limited by current abilities or past experiences. One of the main steps in developing a growth mindset is to embrace challenges. When we view difficulties as natural parts of any journey, we lessen the fear of failing. This mindset shift encourages us to step into new experiences, even if they're uncomfortable, because we recognize that these moments are where true growth happens. With a growth mindset, each challenge becomes a stepping stone that strengthens our confidence and teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves. Feedback is another crucial aspect of the growth mindset. People with a growth mindset welcome constructive feedback because they view it as an opportunity to improve, not as a criticism of their character or abilities. When we accept feedback with an open mind, we open ourselves to new perspectives and insights that can enhance our skills and understanding. This approach to feedback not only helps us grow, but also makes us more adaptable in relationships, work, and personal goals. Self-talk also plays a big role in maintaining a growth mindset. Instead of saying, "I'm just not good at this," try saying, "I'm learning and I can improve with practice." Small changes in self-talk foster a positive outlook and train the brain to approach problems with curiosity and confidence. Shifting our internal dialogue from fixed limitations to possibilities can be transformative, allowing us to appreciate progress rather than focusing on perfection. A growth mindset builds mental strength by fostering resilience, adaptability, and a love of learning. It gives us the courage to explore our potential, not only in terms of achievement, but in terms of personal fulfillment and self-discovery. By nurturing a growth mindset, we empower ourselves to grow beyond our perceived limitations and continuously improve, creating a life that embraces possibility and progress. Practice gratitude and reframe negativity. Practicing gratitude and reframing negativity are two powerful tools for building a resilient and positive mindset. Gratitude, the simple act of focusing on what we appreciate, helps to shift our perspective from what's lacking to what's abundant in our lives. When we take time to acknowledge what we're thankful for, even in small ways, it rewires our brain to notice and amplify the good around us. This isn't just about looking on the bright side, it's about training our minds to recognize the value in our everyday experiences, which strengthens mental resilience. One of the most effective ways to cultivate gratitude is by creating a daily habit, like keeping a gratitude journal or simply noting 3 things you're grateful for each day. They don't have to be big, small things like a beautiful sunrise, a good conversation, or a productive moment at work all count. This consistent practice of gratitude helps us shift focus from what we don't have to what we do, grounding us in a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. When we actively look for things to be grateful for, we begin to notice positive aspects of our lives that we may have previously taken for granted. In addition to practicing gratitude, reframing negativity is another key to mental strength. Reframing is the process of looking at a situation from a new angle, especially during challenging or discouraging moments. When we reframe, we're not denying difficulties, but choosing to see them in a way that emphasizes growth and resilience. For example, if a project didn't go as planned, instead of seeing it as a failure, try reframing it as an opportunity to learn what to do differently next time. This shift in perspective can transform setbacks into stepping stones, helping us maintain a sense of optimism and purpose even in adversity. Reframing negativity also involves recognizing our own negative thoughts and challenging them. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never get this right," try replacing that thought with, "I'm working on it," and improvement takes time. By doing this, you retrain your mind to approach challenges constructively. Reframing negativity isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about cultivating a balanced mindset that's realistic yet hopeful, empowering us to face obstacles with confidence. Combining gratitude with reframing helps us build a mental foundation grounded in positivity and resilience. Practicing gratitude creates a sense of contentment and joy, while reframing negativity allows us to face life's difficulties without being overwhelmed by them. Together, these practices help us foster a perspective that is strong, adaptable, and capable of finding value in every experience. By choosing to focus on gratitude and reframing setbacks, we cultivate a mind that's not only resilient, but also deeply appreciative of the journey itself. Commit to daily self-reflection. Committing to daily self-reflection is one of the most transformative practices for building a strong, resilient mind. Self-reflection is the act of examining our thoughts, behaviors, and experiences, allowing us to gain deeper insights into ourselves and the world around us. It's a time to pause, consider the events of the day, and evaluate our reactions, motivations, and choices. This practice strengthens mental clarity, fosters emotional growth, and empowers us to make more intentional decisions. By dedicating even a few minutes daily to reflection, we can uncover patterns, build self-awareness, and stay grounded. Daily self-reflection begins with creating a quiet moment to ask ourselves meaningful questions. What went well today? What challenges did I face? And how did I respond? What did I learn about myself? These questions allow us to see both our strengths and areas for growth, encouraging a balanced perspective on our actions and thoughts. Rather than being self-critical, reflection enables us to learn and adapt with curiosity and compassion. This balanced approach strengthens resilience, as it helps us to respond to life's demands thoughtfully rather than reactively. Self-reflection also illuminates our goals, values, and priorities. When we reflect on what truly matters to us, we become more intentional about how we spend our time and energy. Over time, this intentionality helps us align our actions with our values, ensuring that we're living authentically. For instance, if you value health and notice in reflection that stress is affecting your well-being, you may decide to implement new habits like regular exercise or meditation. This alignment between values and actions builds a sense of purpose and fulfillment, which reinforces mental strength. Another benefit of self-reflection is that it allows us to reframe past experiences and learn from mistakes without judgment. Through daily reflection, we can view challenges from a growth-oriented perspective, recognizing the lessons they bring. Instead of seeing mistakes as setbacks, we learn to view them as opportunities for growth, reinforcing a mindset of continuous improvement. This shift in perspective transforms how we approach difficulties, enhancing our adaptability and resilience. Committing to self-reflection nurtures emotional intelligence by helping us recognize and understand our feelings. By identifying and processing emotions, we build inner stability and develop healthier responses to stress and frustration. Reflecting daily helps us manage emotions more effectively, reducing anxiety and strengthening mental clarity. By committing to daily self-reflection, we not only gain insight, but also cultivate self-compassion, wisdom, and intention in our lives. This consistent practice helps us grow and build resilience from within, creating a foundation for personal and mental strength that is both adaptable and deeply rooted in self-awareness. Focus on what you can control. Focusing on what you can control is one of the most effective ways to strengthen your mind and cultivate resilience. In a world full of uncertainties, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by things beyond our control, such as other people's opinions, unexpected changes, or outcomes that don't go our way. By learning to direct our energy toward what we can control, we empower ourselves to face life with a clear sense of purpose and calm. This mindset shift relieves stress, reduces frustration, and it enables us to make a meaningful impact in the areas that matter most to us. The first step in focusing on what you can control is identifying the boundaries between your influence and external circumstances. Ask yourself, what aspects of this situation are within my power to change? These might include your actions, your response, or even your attitude. When we narrow our focus to things within our sphere of control, we conserve energy that might otherwise be wasted on worry or frustration. This doesn't mean ignoring external realities, but rather acknowledging them without letting them dictate our mental and emotional state. One key area of control we often overlook is our mindset. The way we choose to think about and interpret experiences significantly impacts our well-being. While we cannot control every event, we can control our reactions and perceptions. For instance, if you encounter a setback at work, you can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn and grow instead of as a failure. This positive reframing allows us to face challenges with resilience and prevents us from becoming disheartened by situations beyond our influence. Setting realistic expectations for ourselves and others is another way to maintain focus on what we can control. Unrealistic expectations can lead to frustration and disappointment when outcomes don't align with our desires. By setting achievable goals based on our actions rather than uncontrollable factors, we create a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. This approach helps us build confidence, as our success is based on personal effort and dedication, not on external validation. Focusing on what we can control also strengthens our sense of accountability and self-discipline. When we take responsibility for our actions and decisions, we develop self-trust and resilience. This approach shifts our attention from what we wish would happen to what we can actively do, creating a proactive mindset that encourages growth and adaptability. Focusing on what we can control is a practice that builds a resilient and grounded mind. It enables us to navigate uncertainty with calm and confidence, making choices that align with our values and goals. By consciously directing our attention to what's within our power, we cultivate an inner stability that allows us to thrive regardless of external circumstances. This mental discipline empowers us to face challenges with clarity and purpose, creating a life driven by intentionality and self-respect. Cultivate patience and delay immediate gratification. Cultivating patience and learning to delay immediate gratification are essential skills for building mental resilience and achieving long-term fulfillment. In a world that emphasizes quick results and instant rewards, it can be challenging to resist the lure of immediate gratification. However, developing patience allows us to take a step back, make more thoughtful decisions, and ultimately focus on what will benefit us in the long run. Patience is not just about waiting, it's about learning to value the process, appreciating gradual progress, and having the strength to hold out for meaningful results. Delaying immediate gratification is a skill that begins with small, everyday decisions. Each time we resist an impulse, like choosing a healthier option over a quick fix or saving money rather than spending it impulsively, we reinforce our ability to prioritize long-term benefits. This skill not only builds self-control, but also strengthens our character. By choosing the path of patience, we create a mindset that sees beyond the present moment and keeps us focused on our bigger goals. The satisfaction we gain from long-term accomplishments is often much more fulfilling than any immediate reward, making patience a powerful tool for a happier, more balanced life. Practicing patience also helps us handle setbacks and challenges with resilience. In any worthwhile pursuit, there will be obstacles and periods of slower progress. Without patience, these moments can feel discouraging, causing us to lose focus or even abandon our goals altogether. However, when we embrace patience, we acknowledge that growth and success take time. This mindset allows us to approach challenges calmly, understanding that setbacks are part of the journey. Over time, this patience helps us build mental endurance, so we're able to persist and stay committed to our goals, even when things get tough. Delaying gratification teaches us to manage our emotions and impulses more effectively. When we're able to wait and make mindful choices, we create a greater sense of control over our lives. This self-discipline enhances our ability to make decisions based on our values rather than fleeting desires. For example, instead of succumbing to the immediate pleasure of social media, we might choose to focus on a meaningful task or goal, knowing that the fulfillment it brings will far outweigh the temporary distraction. In cultivating patience, we build a mind that is grounded, focused, and capable of pursuing goals with consistency. By practicing patience and delaying immediate gratification, we create space for growth and transformation, allowing us to work toward dreams and aspirations that align with our true selves. This practice ultimately brings us closer to a life filled with purpose, resilience, and lasting satisfaction, proving that the best rewards are worth the wait. Stay present through mindfulness. Staying present through mindfulness is an essential practice for cultivating mental strength and enhancing overall well-being. In our fast-paced, distraction-filled world, it's all too easy to get lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness invites us to anchor ourselves in the present moment, allowing us to experience life more fully and intentionally. By practicing mindfulness, we cultivate a deeper awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings, which empowers us to respond to life with clarity and resilience. Mindfulness begins with the simple act of paying attention. It can be practiced in many forms, such as mindful breathing, meditation, or simply taking a moment to notice our surroundings. For instance, when we focus on our breath, we draw our attention away from distractions and into the here and now. This practice not only calms the mind, but also heightens our awareness of bodily sensations, emotions, and thoughts, providing valuable insights into our inner landscape. When we learn to observe our experiences without judgment, we cultivate a sense of acceptance and compassion toward ourselves. One of the key benefits of mindfulness is its ability to reduce stress and anxiety. When we dwell on future uncertainties or replay past mistakes, we often amplify feelings of worry and fear. Mindfulness helps us interrupt this cycle by grounding us in the present moment. By focusing on what is happening right now, we can cultivate a sense of calm and clarity, enabling us to manage stress more effectively. Research has shown that regular mindfulness practice can lower cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress, leading to improved emotional regulation and a greater sense of well-being. Mindfulness also enhances our relationships and interactions with others. When we practice being present, we become better listeners and communicators. We can engage more fully in conversations, showing genuine interest and empathy. This deepened connection fosters healthier relationships, as it allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. By being present with others, we create a space for authentic connection, enhancing both our well-being and the well-being of those around us. Staying present through mindfulness encourages a greater appreciation for life's simple pleasures. When we're fully engaged in the moment, we begin to notice the beauty in everyday experiences: a warm cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, or a shared laugh with a friend. This heightened awareness cultivates gratitude and joy, reinforcing the idea that fulfillment can be found in the present moment rather than in future aspirations or past achievements. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives is a powerful way to build mental strength and resilience. By staying present, we learn to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, cultivate deeper connections, and foster a sense of peace within ourselves. Mindfulness is not just a practice, it's a way of living that empowers us to embrace each moment with intention, clarity, and joy, transforming our experience of life into something profoundly meaningful and enriching. Build emotional agility. Building emotional agility is a crucial skill for navigating the complexities of life with resilience and grace. Emotional agility, a term coined by psychologist Susan David, refers to our ability to approach our thoughts and feelings with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. It enables us to manage our emotions effectively, adapt to changing circumstances, and respond thoughtfully to challenges. By cultivating emotional agility, we empower ourselves to lead a more fulfilling life, making choices aligned with our values rather than being overwhelmed by momentary emotions. The first step in developing emotional agility is recognizing and accepting our emotions without judgment. It's natural to experience a wide range of feelings, from joy and excitement to sadness and frustration. Instead of suppressing or denying these emotions, we can acknowledge them as valid parts of our human experience. For example, if we feel anxious about an upcoming presentation, instead of labeling ourselves as weak or incompetent, we can recognize that anxiety is a common reaction in such situations. By accepting our feelings, we create space for self-compassion, allowing us to understand that it's okay to experience discomfort while still striving to grow. Once we've acknowledged our emotions, the next step is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us to become aware of our emotional states in real time. By staying present with our feelings, we gain insights into what triggers them and how they influence our thoughts and actions. This awareness allows us to pause before reacting impulsively. For instance, if we find ourselves feeling frustrated during a disagreement, mindfulness encourages us to take a moment to breathe, assess our feelings, and respond rather than react. This ability to pause can lead to more thoughtful and constructive interactions. Another vital aspect of emotional agility is reframing our perspectives. When faced with challenges, it's easy to fall into negative thought patterns. By learning to reframe our thoughts, we can shift our mindset from seeing obstacles as insurmountable barriers to viewing them as opportunities for growth. For example, rather than saying, "I can't handle this," we might reframe it as, "This is tough, but I can learn and grow from this experience." This shift encourages resilience, empowering us to face difficulties with a sense of purpose. Building emotional agility also involves aligning our actions with our core values. When we understand our values, we can make choices that reflect our true selves, even in emotionally charged situations. For instance, if one of our values is connection, we might prioritize open communication during conflicts, focusing on understanding rather than winning an argument. By aligning our actions with our values, we create a sense of integrity and fulfillment, enhancing our overall well-being. Emotional agility is about cultivating a mindset that embraces change, uncertainty, and the full spectrum of human emotions. It empowers us to navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and grace, fostering self-awareness and compassion. By practicing acceptance, mindfulness, reframing, and value alignment, we develop the emotional agility necessary to thrive in an ever-changing world. This journey toward emotional agility not only enhances our mental strength, but also enriches our relationships and experiences, allowing us to live more authentically and meaningfully.